Don't it? Hey, everybody.
Hello, everybody. How you doing?
Happy Super Bowl
Yeah,
Sunday.
let's say Super Bowl Sunday. I thought there was a cruise here. I came ready for the cruise.
Did you?
Like my new digs.
I think you stole a few of my things over there. This necklace looks familiar.
Does
That once upon a time was mine.
looks better on me though.
The one I wanted actually had more like flowers and pink and green. One day I'm going to get the one I want because I was like, that is a perfect cruise hat. So Brett is ready to go cruising.
Ready to go.
I am definitely ready to hit Florida and go on a cruise. This is going to be like the honeymoon we never had.
Yep, it's gonna be fun. We finally got out of the 30s today.
Oh, it's been a blessing
I think
to
we
be
hit
warm.
56, which is like woo.
We got to go to church this morning. I'm like, woo, this is awesome. I just spoke to my sister in Ohio and she's like, yeah, it's in the 20s. Like everybody is sick of it. So everybody who's sick of the cold, raise your hand. You never realize how much you love Florida. And growing up, I'm like, I want to get out of here. I want to get out of here. But I wanted to be a snowbird. So I did want to come back in the winter. I had it right in my mind. I just haven't done that yet. But I always used to say, because it's so hot in the summertime there, I'm like, I think I'd rather be cold than be hot. And now I'm like,
until you are.
yeah, until you are. And then if I was in the heat, I'd say that again. So whatever scenario you're in is the one you're going to say you don't want. That's just how we are, right? But
And
it's
there's
been
some
cold.
there are some cold climates that really aren't that bad to live in. But you have to have the right gear. Like
Look at all these hands up and thumbs raised. Everybody's sick of it. Yes.
like and when I was in Alaska, like you had things there's things to do there you can't do here. You can't go snowmobiling here because there's no snow. You can't go ice fishing here, well, because the lakes are not frozen over. You can't get out in the cold and do anything because you don't have the proper gear. So it is a little different if you're not prepared for it. And
True.
your area doesn't really have full on winter sports. It's a part time winter sport. So then really the winter is just an aggravation because you're just trying to get to spring. So this is a spring, summer, fall area. It really is not a winter area. There's not much to do around here in the wintertime unless you take it indoors. But who wants to do that?
Brett looks like Ralph Mouth from Happy Days. Yes, that's so funny. I love that show. Oh, good times.
The better looking Ralph.
Oh, my
I need
goodness.
something for my head though, because I'm worried about I don't burn
Gonna
very
burn.
easily because I got some Indian blood in me, but my head will definitely burn. So I need to put something on there.
I got to figure out what hat I want to wear. I've got a pink visor I could wear. I had bought the perfect visor that had, it was the brown one. I finally got one anyway in Ohio on clearance, and it's still in Ohio. I have a bunch of stuff in Ohio that I still need to go back and get one of these days. That car is so small, I couldn't even bring my stuff back with me. So my poor sister was left with all my junk. So I said, box it up and throw it in the basement so it's not in your way.
Are you saying that she has all your junk in her trunk?
Yeah. How rude, right? And then I've got this cool hat that George gave me way back when, and you can put your ponytail through it. And that one I should wear because it has that chin strap in case it's windy.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a cool hat like Brett. So,
Well, I kind of commandeered your hat.
yeah, one day.
This was an estate sale hat. I don't remember what we paid for it. Do you remember?
I don't either. I don't remember.
When I first looked at it, it's like, oh, the brim's not wide enough. I don't really like it. It's not going to protect much sun. But then when I put it on,
I forget.
I'm like, you know what? This actually feels good on my head, and it actually doesn't look bad in the mirror. I'm like, okay, a hat can look different on the shelf than it does on you or on someone else, and that's what this hat did for me. I was like, wow, I kind of like this hat. I didn't think at first I would like it
Until you saw me wearing it.
until I saw you wearing it.
And then you're like, I have to have her hat. I used to have a picture of this one hat that I got at the Amish yard sale. and my sister gave it to my niece, and I wanted that thing so bad. And then when I was just recently there, I asked my niece, hey, do you have that hat? And she's like, what hat? And I'm like, the hat. And she's like, yeah, I think I gave it away or threw it away. And I'm like, what? She's like, that thing wasn't cool. And I'm like, yes, it was. And she's like, whatever, rolling her eyes. And I'm like, I wanted that hat so bad. I kept a picture of it. And I think I finally deleted it because I was tired of looking at it. But next, if we go on a second cruise, I'm going to have to get it for sure. I don't know. I don't know how this cruise thing's going to go. So this is like putting our feet in.
Yeah, it's a 1 week cruise.
I don't know.
But we've been looking ahead at some 2 week cruises because you actually get a better deal.
I still do have it.
Oh, there it is.
Isn't it sad? I love this hat so much. I kept a picture of it. I'll try to show it to you. I don't know if it's too, that light is so bright.
You gotta get it up close.
Gotta get up close. But you see, it's got the pink and the flowers. I feel like that is the whole cruise look right there.
Yeah, it looks like this hat.
Yeah, it's
just a different
it
color.
is. It's the same style hat, but it's got like pink hibiscus looking stuff.
Yeah, that looks very cruisy.
Yeah, I got to get me one for the second cruise because I feel like there's going to be a second cruise.
Yeah, I think we're going to like it.
I'm ready to have some fun and be warm.
Yeah, I've been talking to Veteran Nation a little bit, just kind of asking them, so how was it? Are there any tips?
Getting the tips and tricks.
Trying to get the tricks and tips. He said it was a little bit of a mess getting on and getting off. I guess you can pay extra money and you can get a priority in line, kind of like they do at Disney.
Like the Fast Pass?
Yeah, like the Fast Pass.
Of course, you can pay extra money.
I swear.
Nickel and dime, nickel and dime.
That's what these cruises seem to do.
Every little thing.
And I haven't even gotten there yet. But it sounds like you're going to Disney because it ain't just the cost of getting in. It's the getting in. They're going to charge you to park. They're going to charge you to eat here and eat there. And they're going to charge you
all
for
the
these
drink
drinks,
packages,
and
the
Wi-Fi
packages, photograph packages.
Don't forget the excursions.
So you can spa, fitness classes.
Yeah.
You can pay for those too.
A $1,500 cruise package can cost you $4,500.
And there's shopping in there. There's like little shops inside the cruise ship. So you can buy jewelry and all kinds of little souvenir and swag. So
duty free. Marked up 3 times, but duty free.
Oh my goodness. So many things. But we are cruising on the cheap. We didn't get anything. We didn't get the Wi-Fi. So we're going to be like unplugged for the whole week. So what I'm hoping to do is preload up the week's worth of videos, and which I've never done before, scheduling them just to go out on their own. So if there's any flubbers, it is what it is. So we'll see how all that goes. But I want to be unplugged for the week. We're not paying for the Wi-Fi. We probably will film while we're on the ship minimally and make videos later. But yeah, we're just going to be relaxing on the cheap, enjoying what they have, hanging out by the pool. Looking forward to that. Yeah. I'm going to bring a book to read.
And they do have free food. There is food included and drinks included. They just don't include all the drinks you might want.
Right. And there's restaurants, of course, you can pay to go to and all that good stuff. There's, I guess, a formal night, which I don't think we're going to go to the formal night because number one, that's extra clothes you have to pack. Mm-hmm. And I don't even think I have anything that would classify as formal. I don't know. I'd have to look. I did get a bunch of cruise wear, if y'all remember, when I was with Audrey in Ohio months back at the thrift stores, not when I was recently there, but before that. And I haven't even looked at my stuff yet. Like we are cutting it to the wire here. We haven't done anything. We haven't looked at the RV. We haven't repacked anything. Like we're going to be running crazy all week. But I need to look and see what kind of cool cruise wear I'd gotten from the thrift store way back when and go through shorts, because who's worn any shorts lately? I don't even know what I have for shorts. I did notice though, when we went to the gym recently, because I wear shorts inside the gym, that my legs are the whitest they have ever been in my whole entire life.
So we've lost our base tan.
I have no base tan. What kind of Floridian? Oh, I am no longer a Floridian. There it is.
Nope.
Phew,
Done.
done. I'm now white-legged northerner.
So this is the first day we've had temperatures above 50, that have kind of stayed above 50 during the day. Today's really been a decent day. It's kind of cloudy, but if the sun broke out, I think it would have gotten warmer.
But you know what? When it's not cold like that, your body doesn't hurt. Like when you
Right.
get older, especially, this cold weather just makes my body ache. My bones hurt. And I'm like a bear who wants to hibernate, be under the blankets, be all cozy. Like I do not want to be out and about. I just want to be cozy.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Now we are going to get some good temperatures here toward the latter part of the week. 60s and even 70s are possible. So good days are coming. And I think by the time we get back,
Oh, happy days.
because we're gonna cruise, then we're gonna camp, and then we're gonna move, and we're gonna camp, and then we're gonna come back up, and then we have about a week here before we go to the concert in Louisville.
Toby Mac,
Toby Mac is
Crowder,
on the
Jeremy
agenda.
Camp. Woo! So excited for that.
And so it'll be much warmer when we get back. I suspect we'll be in the 70s pretty regular.
You
if
know, the
not
only thing
80s.
that stinks though, leaving this Sunday coming up on the 15th, is that
Turning Point
Turning Point USA
tour.
has their tour starting, and it's starting at our church in Murfreesboro. So
Yeah.
I was like, darn, that would have been cool to go to, but I guess you can't get everything packed in there. So, but you can watch it online. Not that we will be able to, but I'm sure they'll have it recorded.
Yeah. We'll be
And they're
able to watch
making
it
a
later.
tour through all the states, I guess, throughout the year. So there might be one near you.
So they picked this church, World Outreach Church in Murfreesboro, just outside of Nashville. And they picked that church that we've been going to. It's a big church, and they're very involved in a lot of things, globally even. But they're a big church, but they're doing all the right things. And so it's very exciting to get to go to church there.
It is very exciting.
Oh, they had a
drive.
They had a lady there that could sing.
They had
My
a couple
goodness.
ladies there this morning that were, I mean, all the people are musically talented
They
that are
are.
in their group, but
Yeah.
there's a couple of voices that they had that were just powerhouses this morning.
Yeah, everybody started standing
So,
up. It's
it
like
just-
everybody's
it
clapping.
Makes you feel alive, and you can feel all that energy. So
Yeah.
that's good stuff right there. I'm just happy we are going. And yeah, I mean, you can go and you can sit in your church every week and just sit there and do nothing. But the main thing is, what do you do the rest of the week when you're not there?
Mhm.
Are you living like you should? Are you letting people know that you're a Christ follower? Those are the things that people should see in your life. So don't be a complacent Christian. Make your voice known, be heard, and let people know what you stand for, I think.
Yeah, for sure.
So some people don't like that, but that's too bad. That's me, and that's who I am, and that's who I will always be.
Yeah.
So I'm just excited for the warm weather, and I'm just giddy thinking about going to Florida. Who would have ever thunk it?
Yeah. Now we did visit an estate sale this week.
We did, and we did put out that video already. So that was the first one we went to in so long, and I had fun. Brett was a little bummed.
Yeah, I didn't really care for. There was nothing there that it really wanted me to buy it. I did miss an item though. I didn't see it, and that happens sometimes when
It does.
when you're videoing. You're looking through the camera, and so your view is kind of
Yeah,
limited.
and you're
trying to focus,
talking,
you're
and
talking.
You're not paying a good attention to stuff.
Right. Sometimes when we're done filming, we have to go back. And,
When
and
I'm
go look.
editing, I'm looking, I'm like, oh my gosh, I missed that. It was
Yeah.
right in front of me. How didn't I see that?
But I was in the garage area on the other side of the garage, and I happened to see a lady walking out with a 3-step ladder that had the, it kind of holds you in, has the rail on it, like an inside ladder.
Yeah, for like your kitchen
Right.
or around the house.
So we were kind of keeping an eye out for one of those, but we didn't really think about it when we were there. And she's walking out with one. It's like, oh, look, that's what we, was
I guess
that
I
here?
need
Did she
to
bring it in?
add that to my list, because it used
Yeah.
to be that I had a list of stuff I was looking for, and I would review it, before I went in somewhere, a thrift store or estate sale, to keep a special eye out for these items. And I don't have that list anymore. So you can call my list terrible, but I think they help us out.
They do. They are helpful. And they did have a dartboard we were looking for, but it wasn't exactly what we were looking for.
Well, it was to a higher price for
Yeah.
it was a used dartboard, which I mean, it is what it is, but I would personally have expected to pay around about $10 or under for it.
Right.
I know I had one that was brand new that I sold when we were getting rid of all our stuff, which I probably sold for $5 if even, and it was in the wrapper still.
Yeah.
But I was kind of desperately giving away stuff at that point, but they wanted $20 for a fairly.
And it was just the board. It was no darts, there
no
was no
backboard.
background or anything for it.
But
So
one of these days I'm going to get
Yeah.
another dartboard because they're fun to have, I think.
Yeah.
I
well,
like playing darts and bowling.
I prefer pool tables, but we don't have room.
Yeah,
for
it's
pool
really
tables.
hard to. I would like to play pool too, and if we had the room, I would say go for it. But
Mhm.
at this point, and we joke about it, not that we ever would, but I say maybe we should get like a big shed to put on the property and make it a game room. But I mean, that would be a colossal kind of expense.
It would be kind of expensive, and I
Just
don't
to
know that
have
it would get
A
used
big
that much.
game.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know that it would either, but I don't know. I don't have that much money to just throw at something like that. That's for sure. So it would have a pinball machine in it too, because I like to play some
yeah,
pinball.
You like the old pinball machines.
Air hockey table.
Yeah.
Those are all the essentials. Pac-Man.
So
Probably.
yeah, the warmer weather though allows us to get over in that garage and start organizing stuff. We need to
Doing
go
the
through
fun
the RV. We need to pull it out. We need to open it up, and we need to see what we have. It's been pretty much unpacked, so we're going to have to repack.
Yeah,
it.
while I was gone, Brett pretty much went through and took everything out. So yeah, we're starting over fresh. So got to do a cleaning job in there and then start packing.
Yep. We got to make sure everything works.
Yeah,
So-
that's
and it's still
Wow.
winterized. It's not even de-winterized yet, but we'll do that when we head to Florida.
my goodness, we've been slacking.
Yeah, and here's another little thing to think about. When we're going down there, we're right away, we have to park it somewhere. So the refrigerator, we can't pack it full of stuff before we go on the cruise because it's going to be sitting in a parking lot for a week,
Unplugged.
unplugged. So
Can't bring nothing really.
can't bring,
with us.
yeah, can't really pack any refrigerated goods, dry storage type stuff. So we'll be doing like probably some oatmeal breakfasts and not so much eggs and stuff. But that's only a day or two. Then we get on the cruise, and then when we come back, we're going to be parking it over at the Air Force Base. So then we'll have to get a ride there and back. But then straight from the parking lot, we can take it to the commissary and then plush up our refrigerator from there. So we'll be able to get some stuff pretty quickly. And then we just drive over to our campsite, which should only be a couple miles away. And then we're camping for a week. So we're doing a cruise for a week, and then we're following it up with camping for a week. So it should be fun.
Definitely.
And then after that week, we find ourselves in Ocala.
Yay.
I know you like visiting Ocala.
I love to visit Ocala.
Mhm.
Ocala is one of the places that in my memory that I've lived in that I enjoyed so much, especially doing a lot of outdoor activities.
Jason sent you 20.
Thank you, Jason. You are too sweet.
Thank you, Jason.
Much love to you always. But Ocala, they have tons of parks, lots of trails that you can walk and bike ride. And I lived close to Silver Springs, which I could go throw my kayak in on my Sundays that I was off while working at the post office. And I just did a lot of outdoor stuff. And I really enjoyed my time there. So while we're there, I have a list of parks actually that I want to go walk in, and a couple of stores I want to visit, and eateries, all the little special places that I can try to cram in a couple of days. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Meadowbrook, of course. I want to visit Meadowbrook Church when we're there.
We'll have the e-bikes with us.
Yeah.
And they have a trail system over there that
they have a huge couple of them, actually.
Yeah, Santos Park is in Southwest Ocala, and it has it's part of a huge network of bike trails. These are nice paved trails. And I believe where we're camping is going to be very close to that. I think it's going to be tied in with.
I think it connects to it. Like it's a, they have like a pretty, one of the trails, I don't even know where it connects, but there's one that goes through Levy. If you remember, we walked on part of it. That might connect in somewhere. That might be part of the Santa Fe Trail, but Florida does have a lot of trail systems for walking and bike riding. It's really nice to help you stay in shape and get out there and enjoy nature.
Yeah.
Good for stress relief. Definitely. So I'm absolutely looking forward to that, as well as seeing some friends and family members in the area. I'm super stoked about that. Maybe going to ABC Pizza.
Oh.
Maybe going to Ralph's Burgers.
Oh.
I don't even know what we'll cram in.
I think Ralph's Burgers was better than In-N-Out. I put it above In-N-Out. And In-N-Out is a huge chain. It's a California-based chain.
In-N-Out had a few features of their burger. Their burger did taste good. It was good. The fries were disappointing.
Right.
And maybe it was just a bad day. I mean, that does happen too. So I won't write them off. But Ralph's is really good. Ralph's is up there for being a small place in a small town.
Family owned one.
So they do a fabulous job. So we got to give them props. But the In-N-Out burger was pretty good too. The tomato was the most delicious tasting tomato on there that I've had in a long time. Fries awful.
How have you been doing with your eBay sales? Thanks, Heather, for putting that link in the chat. I appreciate that.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, I think I've seen quite a bit of stuff moving.
I haven't really been buying because we haven't been going to the estate sales really. I haven't really been buying much, but I still have stuff left over from way back when. So that's good. I am wearing these earrings that I picked up at the last estate sale. Oh, yeah. I'm not wearing the necklace that they match, but I thought they might be too heavy, and they're a tad heavier than what I'm used to, but they're not bad at all. I love heart stuff. So I couldn't help myself. And they were only $225, I think. Okay. I don't know. They were really cheap, so you can't pass that up.
A lot of the stuff in that estate sale was a little higher priced than what we want to pay. Not to say that they were high priced, just we're looking for deals. And on the second day at 25%, the best day to go is Saturday.
50%
off day. That's the day we should have went.
Right. And this next one we're going to, we won't be going to on Saturday either. I think we'll be actually going on full price day, but it is what it is. And not all the sales are like that. They have different people pricing stuff at the different sales. So you just kind of never know. And if you're really interested in an item, you can always talk to the people running it and they might make a deal with you, especially on the last day. Even though it's 50% off, when you get near the end of the sale, you might make some real good deals because they don't want to keep it all.
Yeah, they don't want to have to load it up.
No. So I do enjoy going probably a little bit more than he does, but it is what it is. I don't have any of my girls here to go to those things with, so.
I like going to them, but sometimes she gets a little hung up on the stuff that's not interesting to me. And so
I'm a girl and you're a guy and we like different stuff. Who knew?
Yeah, that happens.
That's like the guys at the mall who are sitting in the recliners in the middle of the mall, waiting for their wives in the stores.
They don't even want to see what's in the store.
No. And that's fine. You know, if you're going to poo-poo on my parade, you go sit out there.
And part of what I like is I like looking at the properties. But
this house, didn't even like that house.
I didn't even like the house, really. I mean, it was a nice house and a nice subdivision, but I'm not a subdivision guy.
He was being a grumpy Gus that day.
Yeah, a little grumpy.
I think that men get PMS. I call it pissy man syndrome. It is real deal. And
I don't know about all that.
Guys, you know it's true. You get PMS too. You guys do. I know there's a few real men out there who have agreed with me throughout the years that it's a real thing. They do get PMS. Pissy man syndrome. Real deal.
Yeah. So who are you guys pulling for in the Super Bowl? I have no favorite in this game.
Me neither.
I kind of dislike both teams, so it doesn't matter. Can they both lose? That would be a win.
Where
Let it go into like triple overtime.
I always loved Super Bowl parties because people have good snacks.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part, is hanging out with everybody, having the good snacks. That's the fun of it, I think, more than the game. To me, is hanging out with your peeps and just having a good time.
Yeah, I like college ball more than I like pro ball. I think college ball is more exciting to watch.
The Pats. I had a few Pats people that I knew, so I know that they'll be rooting for them. But,
Yeah.
I mean, it makes no difference to me. I don't have any party to go to either with good snacks, so
Yeah.
be eating some kind of vegetables and salad or something like that.
We'll just be hanging out here.
Not much fun. And then
Don't forget the halftime.
The halftime show, though, we'll be watching on the Turning Point's halftime show, because I don't even know who Bad Bunny is. Like, we had to look him up. Who is this guy? And that's nothing I'm interested in. I'm floored, to be honest, that
I think they missed the mark with Bad Bunny.
Yeah, that's who they are picking to do the halftime show. And to be honest with you, I have thought for the past, I don't know how many years, that more often than not, the halftime shows have been pretty disappointing, in my opinion, to what they used to be some years ago. Just surprising. But this year really topped it for me. And I'm so glad that Turning Point has an option for people to go watch that halftime show. That's the one I'll be watching. There's going to be a lot of talent there, and I think a much better message. So
yeah, for sure.
I'm stoked to see that and what they put on. It's supposed to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it should be good.
Kid Rock. I don't even know who all's going to be there.
Remember
I know Kid Rock, and he says he's got a surprise. So we'll see.
There probably won't be any cussing on it, so that's good.
I would hope not.
Bad Bunny, probably every third word is going to be a cuss word. But just, I don't know. It's supposed to be an all.
I don't even know if he'll be singing in English, because he is predominantly a Spanish singer.
I mean, say what you want, but American football, the NFL, and the Super Bowl is supposed to be an American sport, so it should be portrayed by American artists, American music. And I don't know what they're doing bringing this.
And I think it should be positive and fun-loving and get people going in a good direction.
It shouldn't be a strip show.
No. And there's been too much of that too in the past, where, it's more about how little the different people are wearing and all the shenanigans that go along with that.
The whole Cardi B, her language, she may even show up as a guest or something. It's going to be ridiculous. I don't want to see any of it. But
so I'm interested actually to see what the stats are going to be.
Yeah.
Of how many people watched it with Bad Bunny, and how many people flip over to Turning Point instead, or just like watch nothing. Because I think personally it's going to be a flop. I know some people have said they want to watch it just to see the train wreck. Well, I've got better things to do. Look around. There's plenty of train wrecks, and that's not the one I'd be picking to watch.
I think they're right with that point, because even when you're doing YouTube content, the massive people seem to be attracted to the drama. So they just want to watch it to see the train wreck, like you said. But if there's no train wreck, if the train's just going clickety-clack down the road and there's no excitement, or there's no wreck, then they don't watch it.
If there's that much of a train wreck, I'm sure it'll be covered in the news.
Oh, it'll be in the news.
Give me the cliff notes. I'm not going to hang on for the whole entire drama series of anything. Just give me the cliff notes. Let me know when it's over and how it ended. I ain't watching.
So you wanted to touch on...
Oh, yeah, that's another thing.
Jumping back over to the message today. Well, it wasn't just today. I think it's still a month long.
So they've been talking about the dinner table a lot at church. And it just, you don't really think about it much, but how many families even sit at the dinner table anymore and have a meal, family, friends, whatever that consists of for you? How many people sit at a dinner table, have conversation, leave the phone out
without
of
their
it.
device. Yeah.
Like, does that happen anymore? I know when we were in Alaska and we were fortunate enough to hang out with Jason and his family, we went to plenty of dinners with them, and it was like so awesome because they do that. And I was like, this is amazing. My family growing up never really did that much. Everything was such a mess. And even when my son was growing up, it kind of makes me sad when we're talking about it. I'm like, oh, I feel like I missed so many opportunities with my son to have good conversations or share God with him because I was working all the time. I was a single mom, like just so many missed opportunities. And it's sad. Yeah. But I feel like in general, we miss so many connections with each other because we don't do that and we don't take that time anymore. And it's part of what has gone wrong in this country is we are so disconnected. But the dinner table was a place that, or what I saw on TV, because I didn't have it, or when I went to visit people and experience with their family, like it's a place to share stories and how your day was and problems you're having, and just a place to really fellowship with each other. And what's that show you love? Blue Bloods. Yeah. They do that on that show. And it's so nice to see. And I know growing up, any friends I had that they sat with their families at the dinner table, I always loved to go visit them and hang out with their family. And my friend would be like, you like this? And I'm like, yeah, you don't know how blessed you are. Yeah. It's amazing. Yeah. But so anyway, they've been talking about that a lot. And if people would just make it a priority, like once a week, get your family together. And if you're an empty nester, retired, whatever, get some friends and have a meal together at your house or at a restaurant, wherever. Leave your devices out of it and just get together and have a conversation. And I think that would be an amazing change in a lot of things. I think it would have a domino effect if more people started doing that.
Yeah. And in the foyer of the church, they had some little props set up. So they had it marked off, and they even had a digital board with a lady there talking about the setup. But there's signs there. It said like 50s and 60s, and it had an automobile from the 60s.
And the kitchen table, everything, a living room kind of.
Living room setup. And
with different items from that era.
Right. They had the 60s, 50s and 60s were together. Then they had the 70s. Then they had the 80s. It was really neat.
It was so cool because, those were all our times, and it was just like stepping back into it. And they even had price lists of what gas was then, what
57 cents for gas, and
what a house
cents
cost,
yeah,
and what the movie of that time was, and songs.
8-track tapes, and they were playing music from the era. Yeah, it was pretty neat.
It was so cool. The church really did a good job, but it really it gets you thinking about all these things. And life is precious, as most of us know. You should think about that more and just want to put more value on your relationships and spending time with each other more than material items and celebrities and sports. And, you should put God first and then put your family right under it, your friendships, your family, your connections. Those are important. They should be highly prized.
Yeah, should be God, family, country in that order.
But it has me really thinking about that a lot. And it makes me sad for the opportunities I've missed with my son growing up. But it makes me think about the future and what kind of things we can do with our families and friends. And I say sometimes this world is really hard because it's so negative. And sometimes you wonder, what's all this for? Why do I have to keep going through all this? Why do I have to be around people? Sometimes you want to close yourself off. You don't even want to be around them, but you should think about it in a different way, which I've been trying to do. So, like, why did God choose me to be here in this time? Like, that's a blessing. Like, He picked you, me, you. He picked all of us to be right here in this time
for a purpose.
For a purpose. That's a blessing, and we should take every opportunity to use that to the fullest and be thankful that we are blessed with that. So I've just been thinking about that a lot too. And it's all about perspective and the way you look at things. But, you know, really, we are blessed to be here during this time, and we should think about what kind of impact we can have on everybody around us. And it would be like a domino effect. So
Yeah.
I know I just got loose on a tangent, but you know, I do that.
Oh, that's good. Good
So,
stuff.
Yeah, so I hope it just helps everybody to think about these different things a little bit more, slow down and just think about the stuff that's important.
Yep, for sure.
All right, you go ahead and talk.
Well, you had something to talk about with the post office too.
Well, did you have anything else about the dinner table? Like, did your family sit at the table?
Yeah, we did. I think we did. Yeah. Now, I went off in the military right after high school, so it didn't really go beyond grade school. But yeah, I do remember having dinner, and there was somebody that was cooking meals, and it was a time to exchange. And cell phones weren't a thing back then, so they didn't compete with cell phones. Usually, it was you had to turn the TV off too.
Yes.
So you couldn't have the TV running or the radio running. You had to sit down, and even if you weren't hungry or you didn't like what was being served, you'll sit there anyway.
Yeah.
And then if you don't eat at the very end, you're excused to go to your room. So that's how it was when I was growing up. If you didn't like it, you didn't have to eat it, but you're not going to get anything else. You're not going to go fix a sandwich after dinner. You
everything
eat what's on
is
your
like
plate
so different now.
Yeah.
Everybody's concerned with, how are the kids feeling? What do they think about that? And
kids don't get a vote.
And it's funny now how everything's so different, because back then you did what you were told, and if you didn't, there was a price to pay for that. Now it's just like, oh, you poor thing, you don't like this, what can we do for you? And it's just so different.
Well, maybe I can make you a sandwich.
How do you feel about that?
It's all about your feelings. It don't matter what your feelings are until you're 18.
It is weird.
And then when you're on your own and you do your own thing, you know what really happens is kids buck the system. They buck their parents and they challenge them because their friends talk to them and their friends have a higher voice than yours. Like, you don't have any life experiences to share, but their friends do, right? Yeah, right. But then it's funny because when they transition out and then they become young adults and then they start making their own families, then they find out how right you were.
Right.
And then they're trying to go back.
Yeah.
And they end up running their family the same way you did.
Well, I remember too at that age, like you think you know everything.
Right.
Everybody else is old and they don't know what they're talking about. And, if you didn't have a tight family, which I didn't, you don't really have a mentor. So you're looking to all these wrong places to give you some wisdom, and they are not giving you the proper wisdom at all.
Right.
So
the couple of my kids would often ask me, what do I think about something? And then when I tell them what I think, they do just the opposite. It's like, well, then why did you bother asking me if you're just going to go and do what John tells you to do anyway? Go ahead and do that. Go.
Did you think maybe you should have told them that thing so that they would have really done what you wanted them to?
Yeah, maybe I should have.
I don't know if it works like that.
What I think.
I don't know if it works like that at all. But my son would do that a lot too, and or he just it didn't seem like he was listening to a lot of different stuff. Sometimes though, you see them doing stuff and it really surprises you, like, oh, they were listening. But sometimes people like to take the hard road in life, I guess.
Yeah, my youngest one, he liked every couple years to buy a new truck from the dealership. I'm like, one, why do you need a new truck? Two, if you're going to get one, why are you going to the dealership? Why don't you get yours fixed up, sell it, and then privately sell it, and then privately go buy another one, or save up some money and then put a lot of money down or buy it like that, and use credit unions to finance. Don't go to these dealerships and buy. Man, don't get me on a soapbox, but kids just don't want to listen. Because if you buy things at a better price and you're willing to take the time to go through the steps to get the better deal, then you'll be able to buy more stuff. You know, if you spend $90,000 on a pickup truck,
I can't even believe
how do
they
you
cost
even
that much.
justify?
It's
How
so
do you even
crazy.
justify that? I mean, you don't have a house yet. Why would you spend more on your car than you do your house?
The thing that really stinks about giving young people advice like that is it's all out of love. You want the best
Yeah.
for them, and you want them to take the short road there and not to have to go through the hard things that you went through. So it's all out of love, and they think you are just being like
Mean or something.
mean, miserable, whatever. And that sucks that they just don't know how much you love them and you're just trying to help them.
What parent doesn't want their kids to succeed and be even more successful than you were? What parent doesn't want that? I mean, if your kid's successful, then you don't have to worry about them coming and knocking on your door borrowing money because he's got more money than you do. That's the way I would want it. It's like, good. I'm glad you're doing great. That's awesome.
Yeah. I'm going to be coming over for the weekend,
Yeah,
and I hope you have dinner ready for me.
Someone else doing good, especially your kids, but anyone. If someone else is doing good, that doesn't take away from you.
No. You should always be trying to lift people up.
Yeah.
And cheer them on.
Even if someone you don't really like is doing well. So what? That hasn't taken away from you. Just go do you. So that's our 10 cents. 10 cents in the bucket.
Then the other thing I was going to talk about that really bothered me this week is I was talking to a mail carrier. I know a couple different mail carriers, and sometimes they'll ask me different questions because I spent 18 years with the Postal Service doing various jobs there. So they think I know a few things. I tried to erase it all. I don't publicize to everybody that I used to work there when I meet them, but it sucks sometimes to hear some of their stories, and I can understand them so well and the frustrations, and I feel so bad for them because it really always bothered me when I worked at the post office, especially for the small town post office, when a new supervisor or postmaster would come in and they've got something to prove and they got to shake the whole place up, start writing everybody up for the dumbest things you could think of. Somebody got injured, they're going to write them up. Somebody got sick, they're going to write them up. Here, somebody has worked in this post office for 8, 10, 20 years, whatever, never had a problem, never got wrote up. This person comes in and they're just like making everyone's life miserable. And it's insane to me that they do this, but I've seen it so many times. I've lived through it before. I had one postmaster and she was just the she-devil. She loved to walk into a place and everybody be all scared of her and call her the she-devil. She ate it up. She loved it.
I knew her too. She's miserable.
And she would just prance through the place and just pat herself on the back, and all the higher ups loved it so much that all the employees were so upset. Makes no sense to me why you wouldn't take this opportunity to go into this place and make it better for the real. Treat people good. Have a good team. When you have a good team and you treat them well, they are going to treat the customers well. They're going to have pride in their job. It all goes together like this. So it just irked me so bad and got under my skin when they were telling me this, because I'm like, oh, I feel so bad. I feel so sorry for you. I said, honestly, there's nothing I can tell you to do. I said, if you go, because they wanted to know, should they go above this new supervisor's head and complain to a higher up? And I said, it's hard not to say something. You should be able to do that, but you'll put a bullseye on the back of your head. And now that person, because that higher up's going to tell the other one that you came to them and said this, and then that person's going to be upset with you and they are going to be looking to do something to you. I said, your best bet is to hope that they're just using this post office as a stepping stone and they'll be on their way within the next 2 years, and maybe you can just fly under the radar. And they're like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I said, well, honestly, if I was in your situation, I know for sure I wouldn't do it. I would be over there talking to that person in charge. I'd probably be running to be the next supervisor to take over the place and try to clean it up, because I have a tendency to do that. In case you didn't know, you might have seen that in Otter Creek, because it just burns my biscuits when wrong stuff is happening and people are treating people in a wrong way. And I just want to get in there and fix it and make it the nice way it should be. So I just unfortunately told her, because she's like, well, you've got experience. You think you can come in there? I would love for you to come in and be our new postmaster. And I'm like,
well, it doesn't work like that.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that at all. So she wanted to just throw me into the position and fix everything up. But I said, all I can do for you is pray for you. And that I will definitely do. And I did immediately. When I tell somebody I'm going to pray for them, I do. And it's really one of the best things you can do for somebody. But, it sucks when you see people going through these hard times unnecessarily.
And this is a small post office. We're talking about 5 routes. That's all it is. 5 routes.
It just burns my biscuits. Like, ugh. But you can make people's lives good. It's so easy. Like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Yeah, the Chiefland post office was a small station too. I think they had 6 or 7 routes, and an aux route, or 7 or 8 routes. But it wasn't a big post office either. But you would be surprised at the amount of headbutting that goes on behind the counter in such a small post office. Now that one was mostly women. I think only 2 guys worked there. It was like 8 women and 2 guys.
I've been to so many different post offices, and it's like it's always happening in most of them. There's been a few decent or good ones, or it'll be decent or good for a time period depending on who's there. But if the dynamics change, and like I said, you get a new suit, as we used to call them, a new suit is coming in. They got to make waves and change everything up and make a name for themselves.
Now, I think, correct me if I'm not mistaken, but I moved from Williston over to Chiefland before you did, a little bit before. And then you came from Ocala to Chiefland. So we're trying to get to the same station.
Yeah, because I forget what the situation, they didn't need another person or something at the time, and I wanted to go do something. So I actually was driving from Otter Creek out to Ocala to deliver on Sundays and holidays. And then I almost went there every day in December to help. And I knew all the routes in the office. So they were like, they loved when I'd show up in December, because I'm like, give me all your packages. Like, this is awesome. I don't have to mess with the mail. I'm just going to deliver all these packages, give them to me, bring it on. They were like, you are great. This is awesome. I'm like, no, you do this every day of the year. You are awesome. I'm here to help you. Like, it was fun, but it was a long drive.
But when I got there, kind of telling her the background of some of the folks, and she's like, let me guess who the union steward is.
You can just look, you stand back, listen for a minute. And I'm like, yeah, that one right there. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, not every post office has a union steward, but most of the sizable ones will have at least one union steward, and it's a representative for the union, which I think they should get rid of the unions, but that's another story. But you can always pick out the union steward.
The sad part is,
it's the one that's angry all the time.
I have known some good union stewards, but for the bulk of them, they're not. And it's just terrible that they're just also milking the system on the other end and trying to get days off for themselves is the bulk of what I've seen and experienced. I know they tried to get me to be one of those at one point, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. No.
Yeah, so
that was one of the things I actually was smart enough to say 9, which is German for no. Well, not happening.
We got a couple of items at the estates. This wasn't the estate sale.
That was a Facebook marketplace item that we got today for the cruise.
A couple of fanny packs.
I had one of those once upon a time, but I don't know what happened to it. I have one that's really flat that I bought for Germany, but those will be good for the cruise. And I think those are good for every day if you don't want to be lugging around a big old purse.
We thought on the cruise it would be nice because I'm really not comfortable with leaving my passport, my wallet, my phone in the room because you don't know who goes through the room. And if you're going to have it on you, you don't want to set it down somewhere and leave it. You'll never find it. So I think having it on you and zipped or locked in some fashion, someone would have to pull this off of you in order to get it, to steal it. Remember, you're on
kung fu fighting.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So remember, when you're on a cruise ship, you might have 5,000 people on this boat. That's a city. That's a city-sized city in a very small space.
A city-sized city?
A city.
Is there any other size for a city?
I don't know, but 5,000 is a good-sized city. So, there's going to be city-type stuff. There's going to be crime. There's going to be people trying to pickpocket.
Are you going to say I have to go Broward County on somebody?
Hey, go Broward County. So take it at your own risk there, cruise associates.
So we paid $10 for the both of those,
Yeah.
which was a good pickup after church today.
And they're brand new. I don't think they've been
And I'm like,
used.
are you going to be wearing one of those or am I going to have to wear both? So I feel like I'm going to be the one wearing them, which is fine because I'm used to it. At least these are stylish more than the one I used to have back in the day.
Yeah, but I think they'll work nice. And we
They
like to
will.
go on hikes too, and it'd be good to
I'm going
carry
to
the
use
stuff with
those
you.
all the time because I've never been one that likes a huge purse anyway.
Yeah.
Unless when I was a teenager, I actually just used a backpack as my purse.
I've never had a fanny pack, so this will be new for me.
Wow. Look at you in your cruise wear. You're going to have the
Hey.
whole fanny pack
I'm ready to go. Where's the boat at?
ready.
Where's the boat?
Well, I'm sure it's just waiting on you.
You got to drive down to it.
Don't forget your sunglasses because it's going to be
Oh,
bright.
yeah, I forgot my sunglasses.
I have a list.
And guess what? We have a little bit of mail.
All right. Well, I hope the supervisor didn't piss you off today. Don't throw my package at me.
So we got this.
The Love Dare. Now, this is awesome. And the huge reason I want to share this gift with you is because, well, first off, let me tell you, when I opened this package and I read the title, The Love Dare, Brett yells out, from the movie Fireproof.
Yeah.
And I thought for a minute, I'm like, yeah, because I don't know who's seen the movie Fireproof. If you haven't, it's a really good movie
Really
to
good
see.
movie.
We both like that movie. So getting this was so cool. I didn't even really know that they had wrote a book to go along with it. I never even looked.
I didn't know they published
But
it.
it makes sense.
But when you said Love Dare, I was like, wait a minute, that sounds familiar.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, from the movie Fireproof.
So I am so excited to check out this book. And thank you so much, Annie. This is awesome. I can't really wait, but we'll probably get into that after the cruise because there's just too much going on. And I really want to dedicate and do this seriously, as well as the other books that we received. So the huge reason I want to share that with everybody is not so that you can ask me, for little details of stuff throughout the process, but of course, I want people to know how things are going. We're just not getting into all the hairy details of life, but it's so awesome. And this, again, is what we should always be doing for each other when friends, family, people you love are going through stuff, to help them out, give them tools to boost them up. Like, this is an awesome thing. And when you put God in it, how could it be wrong? It's going to be amazing, both of these studies, to actually take time, learn about yourselves individually. And when you come together, your relationship, how you put God into it. Like, I'm sure we're both going to learn a lot of things, and you'll probably be surprised to see different things about the way you grew up are affecting your adult life. Like, there's so many things we hold on to throughout life that have happened to us. And it's just going to be an amazing experience. anytime you're given the chance to improve yourself, if you take it seriously and are honest with yourself, because we all have faults, and we're just a planet of sinners. So I think it's great to work on yourself and all your faults. I'm super excited. And I just love that there's people out there that care so much about us that they would give us these awesome tools. It just, it excites me. And I think that's the thing we need to do for each other in our daily lives. When you see people who are struggling with different things, help them out, give them tools. If you know of things that work, and even if your tool is just to say to them, hey, how are you today? I'm checking in, or whatever, just little things you can give people to help make their lives better. Do it. It's awesome. And it's going to be another domino effect, because hopefully with the tools we've been given, we work on ourselves separately and together, and we're going to be better people. And that's going to roll over into other people, because hopefully other people will see that and they'll want to try making their lives better. Anything that's good and better can only have a good and better effect going forward, like just dominoes. And it excites me.
And the statistics of marriages in the world has gone down. Like it's more than 50% that don't succeed.
People aren't getting married too. They're not even
a lot
getting
of them
married.
aren't getting married, and I think they're missing a valuable thing. And then you got to understand too, a marriage is work. It's a commitment. And so sometimes marriages fall apart, and that's because people either quit caring or quit communicating. And so if you have a chance to re-bridge a marriage, you definitely should at least give it its fair due. I think you should at least have the conversation, bring it to the table, and then see if there's anything left and go from there, and then build on it. It's supposed to be work. It's not supposed to be easy. And if you haven't seen the movie Fireproof, it is a faith-based movie based on real events, and it's about a firefighter. He's the leader of his team. He's a captain in the firehouse, and he's a go-getter, and he can't understand why his wife, doesn't see him the same way that his co-workers do. And he saves lives, and they get into a tiff, and she's a nurse, works at the hospital. And
are you going to tell the whole story?
I'm not going to tell the whole story, but I just wanted to give you their employers. You got this macho firefighter, and you got this nurse, and it's a great story. You need to see it, because a lot of it's funny. It's hilarious too. It's funny. It's very entertaining, but it's also sending a message. I believe the same writer wrote Facing the Giants. He wrote that movie too, and there's several others.
And Kirk Cameron's in it.
Yeah,
Kirk
Cameron.
Cameron. He's in a lot of faith-based things.
Mm-hmm.
But just positive things. We all need more positive in our life. We all need to support each other. And I always say, I hope love spreads like a wildfire, just all over this planet. That's what we need. Just more love, more support, more positivity, more smiles. It's rough out there. And if we don't help each other.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I've learned a lot in doing this YouTube channel, actually, and learning who your friends really are. Who you think your friends are and who your friends really are. Your friends are the ones who stand behind you when everything's not peaches and cream, because as you know, life isn't always peaches and cream.
It's called Fireproof. Sorry.
Oh, that's fine. Fireproof. It's all one word, and I believe the picture has the wedding rings in it. But it's a good movie. Go check it out. It should be on Netflix and other.
I'm not sure what it's on, but you were saying. Go back to what you're saying.
Yeah, what was I saying? Oh, yeah, friends.
Your friends. I'm sorry I interrupted you.
Yeah, they say you know who your friends are on moving day. I think you also know who your friends are when you're in need. And it's not like you're reaching out to your friends, but your friends should be reaching out to you and saying, hey, how are you doing? But people that really go the extra mile, and like a lot of you that are in the chat, you watch us and you support us and you send gifts like this. This is a thoughtful gift. It's very thoughtful. It's not about how much did this book cost. This is a thoughtful gift, because what you're doing is you're investing in this marriage in a small way, and it speaks volumes. So volumes, get it?
Uh-huh.
But but when you give of your time, when you give a thoughtful gift, whether it's something you made, a bow, or just something thoughtful, that means a lot more than friends hanging on to you because you're successful, or hanging on to you because you're paying for things, or hanging on to you because everything's hunky dory. But when things are bad, do you get a phone call from your friends? You should. Do you get a phone call from family and say, "Hey, how you been doing? You've been kind of quiet. Just checking in." But those things are important. And so when we talk about the dinner table, if a dinner table is a big part of your family, that's great.
It is.
If it's not, I encourage you to
We should never be too
Read-
busy to check in on each other.
correct. And it doesn't matter if you still have kids in the home or not. Even if we're empty nesters, we have kids, but no kids live here. So we're empty nesters. So it still pertains to us. It pertains to widowers. It pertains to people that still have kids or have kids that are grown. So it is an important message. So I encourage you to look at your own life and see if there's not little pieces that you could tweak and make better. So, and value your friends, value your good friends, the real ones, not the ones that are the friends for a season, but the friends for the reason. That's all I wanted to share. And that's what I've learned from a couple years doing this channel is, who your friends are and who your friends really are and who your friends really aren't. So that's all I want to say.
Okay. Well,
I'm ready for that cruise now.
we'll send you off on the bon voyage. All right. Well, on that note, I'm sure everybody wants to get ready for the Super Bowl. For those
Yep.
of you watching,
Yep.
I don't know what we're doing.
There's probably a lot of people that are out doing those things, people's friends and
Right.
families get
Barbecue.
together.
It's a good
Right,
time to
yeah.
have a barbecue, I think. But we want to thank all of you for being on here today. Thank you so much for our wonderful moderators, always keeping it nice and drama free.
Oh, I wanted to mention one more point before we time
Okay.
out. I wanted to extend condolences to Jason, who lost his dad this week. He was hospitalized and passed away in hospice, and just wanted to wish his family the very best.
We
in
love all you
recovery.
guys. You've been heavily in our prayers.
And he is a friend.
Yes.
He-
Well, I consider him to be family. So
Yeah, he's family.
So
Definitely a
I
good
definitely do.
friend.
I love you all, and I just been praying that God cradles you with love and just surrounds your family. I know it's even if you know it's coming, it still hurts.
Yeah.
But knowing that that person is in heaven with God and God has them is just so amazing to know that they're no longer in pain. And just to be able to visualize them with a smile on their face, knowing that they're in the best of places they could be, that has to warm your heart when you're going through any grief. Just think of them and where they're at now and how nice it is for them to be living pain-free.
My mom passed away in hospice too. She was in there maybe a week, if it was even a week.
It was fast too, but yeah, that's what brought me personally peace during that situation, was just knowing that she wouldn't be in pain anymore and that she'd be with God. And like, that's the most amazing place you could imagine being.
That's what we're all trying to get to.
And one day you're going to be with them again. So it's just something to look forward to. And, but you guys are in my prayers. I know it's still hard, even if you knew it was coming at some point. So, we look forward to seeing you guys again and spending time with you. Hopefully, I don't know, within the next couple of years. I'd love to go back to Alaska. I'm just throwing that out there.
We have to tie in a fishing trip though, because we got shorted a fishing trip.
Yeah,
when we left early.
so we really have to get back there.
Yeah.
But all of this just to say that we love you, Jason. You are in the prayers. Your whole family's in our prayers. And just, again, everybody check up on everybody. Life is precious. And just keep spreading love and positivity. Anything else you want to say about that?
Just keep your dinner table entertained.
Yes. And thank you again for all of our members. We love you guys. We'll be spending some time with you this week. And thank you so much to all our subscribers. And I think that's about it.
I think we're good.
So before I get any more teary-eyed, I just want to say, love you all. Be good to each other and do good things. And enjoy the Super Bowl.
Yep.
And snacks. Lots of yummy, delicious snacks.